The chilling mystery of JonBenét Ramsey, early hours of December 26, 1996, the tragic discovery. The Ramsey family woke up to a chilling scenario in their upscale Boulder, Colorado home. Patsy Ramsey discovered a ransom note on the kitchen staircase, which demanded $118,000. A figure precisely matching John Ramsey's recent bonus. Despite the note's instructions not to involve the police, the Ramseys, frantic and confused, immediately contacted the Boulder Police Department. This early decision would bring both support and scrutiny in the hours to follow. Police response and initial investigation. The Boulder police initially treated the situation as a high-stakes kidnapping. They did not secure the home as a potential crime scene, allowing friends and family to walk freely through the house, potentially contaminating evidence. This oversight would later be criticized as the investigation transitioned from a kidnapping to a homicide case. Later that day, John Ramsey found JonBenét's body in the basement of their home. The scene was horrific. JonBenét had been strangled with a homemade garrote, and her skull was fractured. She was also found with duct tape over her mouth, and her wrists were loosely bound. The media frenzy and family under the spotlight. As news of JonBenét's murder spread, the case quickly captured national and international attention, largely due to JonBenét's involvement in child beauty pageants and the mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. The Ramsey family found themselves at the center of a media storm, with every detail of their personal lives dissected and displayed. The ransom note, with its peculiar language and specific demand, was particularly scrutinized. Some experts suggested that Patsy Ramsey, who had a background in journalism, could have written the note, though handwriting analysis yielded inconclusive results. Forensic evidence and theories. In the absence of conclusive evidence directly linking any family member to the crime, attention turned to forensic analyses. DNA evidence played a critical role in shifting the narrative. Initially, DNA traces from an unknown male found on JonBenét's clothing suggested the possibility of an intruder. This led to various theories, including the possibility of a transient criminal or someone familiar with the family and their home. Legal proceedings and public perception. The investigation faced numerous challenges, including criticism of the police's handling of the crime scene and the prosecution's focus on the Ramsey family. The intense public scrutiny and the often sensational media coverage shaped the public perception of the case, casting a long shadow over the family's claims of innocence. In 2006, John Mark Carr, a schoolteacher, falsely confessed to the murder, which briefly reignited media interest and public speculation. But he was cleared when DNA did not match the evidence from the crime scene. Exoneration and continuing investigation. The Ramsey family was formally exonerated in 2008 when new DNA testing techniques affirmed that the unknown male DNA on JonBenét's clothing was not from any family member. This led the Boulder District Attorney to issue a public apology to the family, acknowledging the wrongful suspicion that had clouded their lives for over a decade. Yet the case remains unsolved to this day, with ongoing efforts by the Boulder police to utilize advances in forensic science and DNA analysis to identify the killer, legacy, and impact. The JonBenét Ramsey case has had a profound impact on how child murders are investigated in the United States. It raised significant questions about the role of media in justice, the treatment of victims and their families, and the implications of forensic technology in solving crimes. The case remains a subject of fascination in popular culture, inspiring numerous documentaries, books, and investigative reports. The murder of JonBenét Ramsey remains one of the most mysterious and heartbreaking unsolved cases in American history. It continues to evoke questions about justice, media ethics, and law enforcement capabilities. As technology advances and new evidence potentially surfaces, there remains hope that JonBenét's killer will be brought to justice, providing closure to a case that has haunted the public for over 2 decades. Until next time, friends, good night.